Happy Wednesday. I'm so tired. I always wonder, do you hate when I sing? Because sometimes I do it out of nowhere, and I do it all the time. You can ask my coworkers. Can't help it. Can't help it. Ow. It's freaking August. The hell did that happen? You know, I'm sure everybody's heard of the True Blood series, the, like, sex and blood and whatever series on Showtime. And I don't have Showtime, but I'm like, ooh, it's intriguing. But I've never been like that. I'm sorry, Caitlin. I'm not a Harry Potter person. And I'm not a Twilight person, and I apologize to all of you that are. It's just not my gig. I was an English lit major, and the kind of literature I enjoy, it has to be grounded in some kind of reality. I don't know why. I'm not... Am I a snob? I'm Gretchen. And I'm a book snob. However, a friend of mine said, you need to read this True Blood series. I'm like, what? He brought me a bag with every single one of the books in it. So I'm like, oh, goodness. I have spent the last 2 evenings laying in bed reading that first book. I'm almost done. My husband was like, turn the light off last night. So I'm like, okay. So I turned the light off. But I still wanted to read, and I couldn't find my book light. So I was using my cell phone. And then I realized that was really not good for feeble eyes. And I went to bed with like 30 pages left. And I enjoy that book. That's the other thing, is I have an issue with, like, series. Don't tell me I need to read 8 books. I love to read, but I'd rather read 8 books by the same author and not necessarily with the same people in it. Because I get kind of like, ooh, shiny things. And then I won't finish them. I read the very first Harry Potter book, and then I was done. So, I don't know what the moral of that story is, but there is lots of sex and lots of blood. Sucky Stackhouse. I don't know about you, but like whenever I read books that have sex in them, and someone has recommended the book, I always like feel a little weird. Oh my god, my friend read this! Ew! I don't know why I think that's gross. I remember in college, my favorite professor, he was handsome and wonderful, and I loved him. What's up, Dr. Warner? I was doing an independent study with him, and I was doing some writing, and I was trying to nail dialogue. Dialogue is really hard to do well. And he recommended I read this book called Vox by Nicholson Baker. VOX. I go to at the time I was home on break, and I went to my little small town bookstore, and they didn't have it, so I put it on order. And then it came in, and then I read it. And then I was like, basically a conversation between 2 people on the phone, for the most part, about sex, because that was the whole reason they called each other, and they started talking about sex and phone sex and all that kind of thing. But then they talk about so much more. The whole book is their conversation, and it's fantastic. But I was like, oh my god, my professor told me to read this, and it's all sexual and very sexual and very graphic, and woo, it's a great book. Go read it. But then I was like, oh my god, and I put this on hold in my bookstore. Now the bookstore lady thinks I'm a hoe. Not a hoe. I wouldn't care. I mean, I'd walk right up there and say, give me that book, give me that sex book. But I don't know. Ooh, hot man running. Ooh. Gosh, this has turned into book talk. What other books have I read lately? Peace, Love, I Miss Crystal, Megan Was Naked. I'm gonna miss Julie and Dora. And Shan, I love you, Shan. Emily's computer crashed. Before I kill somebody, I better go.